All right, good morning everyone, or good afternoon whenever you're watching this. So hopefully everybody watched the first two videos on multiplying exponents and going over the review of how to do that. I just want to kind of make sure we clear some things up. So if you watch from the first two videos, let's say we had x to the fourth power and we want to times that by x to the second power. So as long as the bases are the same, and they both are x's, all we're going to do when we're multiplying exponents is really just go ahead and add those exponents. So it's really x to the fourth plus x to the second power, which will turn out to be x to the sixth power as our final answer. Same thing takes place if our base is not a variable, but it's also a number. So if we have 5 to the ninth and we want to times that by 5 to the second, we really just end up with 5, and then 9 plus 2 is a total of 11. So we end up with 5 to the 11th power. Okay. Let's look at one where we have x times by x to the fourth times by x to the third power. So as we saw in the videos before, that really means we have x times x times x times x, and here we have x times x times x, but on this one, this is really also to the power of 1, right? So we have really an x there. So if we add those all up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We end up with x to the 8th power. Or if you look at the top, we still have 4 plus 3, which is 7, plus that 1 there for a total of 8. So x to the 8th is our final answer. Okay. If we have situations where we have two variables in play, so we're looking at a problem like this, where it's x squared y times by xy to the third. Okay, we can only combine the ones with the same bases. So where here we have x squared, and over here we have x to the power of 1. So 2 plus 1 gives me a total of x to the third power. And on the y's we have y to the third, and we have y here. Sorry, you gotta ignore my dog getting in the picture there. So y to the third, Abby, times y to the first, for a total of y to the fourth power. Okay? I want you guys to try this one. If you have a squared, b to the third, c, and let's times that by a, b, c. Take a second and see what you get there. Alright, so if you have a squared here, and you have one more a here, now we have a total of a to the third power. We have b to the third here, and one more b here, so now we end up with b to the fourth power. And c to the power of 1 and c to the power of 1, end up with c to the second power for our final answer. Okay. What happens if we have negative exponents? So we have something like 7 to the negative second times by 7 to the ninth power. Okay, same rule applies. As long as the bases are the same, we don't times those. Okay, and we just add the exponents. So negative 2 plus 9, signs are different, we should be taking away and keeping the sign of the bigger one. So we end up with 7 to the 7th power. If they're both negative, let's say you had y to the negative second times y to the negative fourth. Well, nothing changes. You're still just going to add the exponents. So negative 2 plus a negative 4 is y to the negative 6 power. Okay? Alright, let's take this and move on from here. Let's say now you have 5ab, and we want to times that by 2a to the third, b to the second. So now we're looking at a harder one. Okay? So now if we have coefficients, numbers in the front, and variables involved, now we do times that 5 and 2 together. So 5 times 2 will end up being 10. And then we have a times a to the third power, so 3 and 1 for a total of a to the fourth. And we have b squared and b squared, 2 plus 2 for a power of 4 as well. So we end up with 10a to the fourth, b to the fourth. Okay? I want you guys to look at this one. 6x squared y, and let's times that by 3x to the fourth, y to the seventh. Try that one real quick. All right. So if we have, once again, numbers and variables involved, we're going to times those numbers. So 6 times 3 is 18. We have x squared and x to the fourth. So 4 plus 2 is x to the sixth. Y to the seventh and y makes y to the eighth power. And there's our final answer. Okay. Let's look at two more. Let's say you have 5x to the negative fourth, and we want to times that by 3x to the seventh power. Five times 3 we would times because there's variables as well. So 5 times 3 would turn out to be 15. And then we have x to the seventh plus a negative 4, so we end up with x to the power of 3. Okay, let's look at one last one. Let's say we have a negative 7x squared, and we want to times that by 9x to the fourth power. Now, I don't care that this number is negative. That's fine. We're still going to times those. So negative 7 times 9 turns out to be a negative 63. And then x to the fourth plus x squared is x to the sixth power. And there's our final answer. Okay, so hopefully watching these 3 video little clips has kind of brought back some memory about how we multiplied exponents. After these 3 videos, there is a short little assignment quiz-like kind of thing that you need to finish for today. And then tomorrow, there is an assignment on reveal. It's a short one. I kind of tweaked it so it's not as bad as the ones before. So a little assignment in reveal and an assignment in Alex that both need to be completed. Please do remember that everything now does count on fourth quarter's grade, so make sure you're getting these completed by the end of this week. That is with the cutoff date. There is no makeup after that. And then also, if you have any questions, Thursdays, where we'll be available for like an online chat session. There'll be more posted on this on the main Canvas page coming up shortly. But Thursday in the mornings from 9 to 9:30. And it'll be like an open question answer session that you guys are always welcome to tune into. Okay? But watch for that on the front page of Canvas. All right? Thank you guys. Hope everybody's being safe and doing well.